What up, YouTube? Team Movies here with the new film out now called Kelgener, which stars Evan Rachel Wood, Gina Rodriguez, Richard Jenkins, as well as Deborah Winger. With that film out now, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Evan Rachel Wood movies, because she's been around for a while. Like, you know, she of course started acting at a very young age. She's been in some pretty solid stuff over the years. She's of course on Westworld. She's pretty good on that show. So with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Evan Rachel Wood movies. Number 10, I'm going to go with the film Down in the Valley. It's where, like, on a trip to the beach, this teen girl named Toby, played by Evan Rachel Wood, ends up meeting this charismatic stranger named Harlan, played by Ed Norton, who dressed up as a cowboy but claims to be a former ranch hand. And he ends up having a pretty much attractive relationship with Woods' character. But the father, of course, portrayed by David Morris, you know, does not really trust the guy, and he's pretty much is suspicious of her, you know, former lover. Evan Rachel Wood and Ed Norton were both terrific in this. They really had cool chemistry with one another. David Morris was terrific in this. He's always the best. David Morris is an underrated actor, you know. But yeah, if you guys have not really seen Down in the Valley yet, give it a shot. It has a bit of a Western feel. It's like a Western movie that takes place in modern times. It's a good one. If you guys have not seen Down in the Valley yet, definitely give that one a shot. Number 9, I'm going to go with Charlie County Man. Now, this movie takes place in Ramona. It's about this American tourist, played by Shia LaBeouf, who pretty much falls for this Ramonian female, played by Evan Rachel Wood. But she's, of course, in a relationship with this brutal gangster, played by Mads Mikkelsen, and he's trying to pretty much save her from the wrath of her lover here. Mads Mikkelsen is him portraying this villain is terrific to watch. Evan Rachel Wood, I thought her accent was pretty cool. Her on-screen chemistry with Shia LaBeouf was pretty decent. If you guys have not really seen Charlie County Man, definitely give it a shot. It's a movie that doesn't really get talked about a whole lot, but I really quite enjoyed it. Number 8, I'm going to go with the Woody Allen film, Whatever Works. Now, it's about this New York's manager named Boris Yelnats, played by Larry David, who ends up having a failed attempted suicide attempt. And he forsakes his Polish upper class existence for a meager accommodation in Chinatown. But he also meets his exact opposite in Melody, played by Wood, who's this pageant queen from the deep south, who's pretty much long on sweetness but short on smarts and all. But of course, very surprisingly, Boris and Melody somehow ends up getting married, and I mean the age difference is a bit weird. But the sparks really fly when Melody's born-again Christian mother, played by Patricia Clarkson, arrives. And you got a few other cast members, like you got Henry Cavill. I mean, it's a movie about a older guy, pretty much marrying a younger woman. It's directed by Woody Allen, so yeah, you can probably take where I'm getting at. But still, Larry David, I guess you could say it's like a movie version of Curb Your Enthusiasm, because Larry David's character is so much like his character. It's so much like his Larry character from Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's not really Woody Allen's best work or anything, but it's still pretty funny. If you guys have not really seen Whatever Works yet, definitely give it a shot. It's a bit of an odd film, but it's actually pretty hilarious. Number 7, I'm going to go with Persuasion. Now, it stars Evan Rachel Wood as his teen, who her and her two best friends conspire to falsely accuse a teacher of sexual encounter and all. And it's actually a pretty good one. Like, you got James Woods is in this. Evan Rachel Wood is pretty good. The one who plays her friends are decent in this. It's a bit of a messed up film. I mean, Evan Rachel Wood's character is really conspiring to take down this innocent, trying to take down this innocent teacher and all. And I think Evan Rachel Wood does a great job here. James Woods, he's a pretty good one in this film. Ron Livingston portraying the teacher in this is pretty decent. Of course, you got a local reporter named Emily Klein, who is assigned to do like an incident piece on the school in hopes to that like the Seattle will launch into celebrity, launch her into celebrity in the television news cycle. So there's that. There's also a courtroom. It is part courtroom drama as well. So there's that. If you guys have not seen Pretty Persuasion yet, it's actually a pretty decent one. So definitely give that one a shot. Number 6, I'm gonna go with King of California. Now this stars Michael Douglas, who portrays his character named Charlie, who gets released from the insane asylum and moves in with his daughter named Miranda, played by Evan Rachel Wood. But Charlie, believes that that there is a treasure hidden beneath the local Costco, and so like he ends up putting together a plan to unearth the loot, and by convincing Miranda to quit her job at McDonald's and instead work as at the wholesale store. So he's able to obtain a key to get the treasure and all. Michael Douglas, I thought he played this role really well. He played like this wacko, pretty decent. The father and daughter dynamic chemistry between Douglas and Evan Rachel Wood was pretty good to watch. And I thought, the father and daughter dynamic chemistry between the two were pretty solid. So if you guys have not really seen King of California, give that one a shot. Number 5, I'm going to go with Little Secret. Now this stars Evan Rachel Wood as this preteen named Emily, who is entrusted with her young neighbor's most private and cherished secrets. And every Wednesday, Emily ends up setting up a booth in her backyard that regularly attracts the guilty young souls of the neighbors, including this young teen named Phil, played by Michael Giorino, whose clumsiness and his interest in Emily makes him a challenging client here. Of course, this is a movie about trying to keep secrets and all that. Evan Rachel Wood, this was actually like one of her earliest roles. She was, just like a preteen when she did this film. She was pretty decent in this. Her Oscar chemistry with some of the other cast members was pretty good. Michael Giorino, who's of course best known for Sky High, he was terrific in this. If you guys have not really seen Little Secrets yet, it's a really decent one. Number 4, I'm gonna go with The Upside of Anger. Now this, stars Joan Allen and Kevin Costner, and in it, the character of Terry Wolfmare, played by Allen, is left to fend for herself and has to raise her 4 daughters alone. Of course, her daughters are played by Kerry Russell, Evan Rachel Wood, Erica Christensen, and Alicia Witt. And she ends up hitting rock bottom, and so like she ends up pretty much falling for her her next door neighbor named Danny, played by Kevin Costner. And her daughters pretty much are starting to be comfortable around the Danny character. Anyway, I gotta say, Kevin Costner is pretty solid in this one. The movie is directed by Mike Binder, who directed movies like Reign Over Me, Black and White. He did a pretty good job with this film. Joan Allen was great. While he wasn't really their biological father or anything, I thought Kevin Costner's like father and daughter dynamic chemistry with the cast members, like with the daughters in this, was pretty good. If you guys have not really seen The Upside of Anger yet, definitely give that one a shot. Alright, number 3, I'm going to go with The Wrestler. Now this, stars Mickey Rourke as this aging wrestler named Randy Ram Robinson, who is trying to make a bit of a comeback. And you got Marissa Tomei here, who portrays like, in this he actually portrays, Marissa Tomei, of course, portrays this stripper that Mickey Rourke's character falls in with. Evan Rachel Wood portrays his estranged daughter, and I thought Evan Rachel Wood gave such a terrific performance here. The movie's directed by Darren Aronofsky, who did a pretty good job at directing this. The Wrestler, I guess you could say it is like a redemption story. It was kind of the movie that really made a bit of a comeback for Mickey Rourke. That put him back on the map for a while. He ended up getting an Oscar nomination for his performance. He was that good in this. If you guys have not really seen The Wrestler yet, definitely check that one out. Alright, number 2, I'm going to go with Across the Universe. Now, this is, of course, a movie, pretty much that is set during the backdrop of the Beatles music, and the whole film, the film does, pretty much tell the story through the music of the Beatles music, and it's probably one of my favorite musicals there is. It's terrific. You got, of course, you got Evan Rachel Wood, who portrays the role of Lucy, who's of course named after Lucy in the Sky. You got Jim Sturgis, who portrays the role of Jude, of course named after the song Hey Jude. Even if you're not a Beatles fan, you'll still adore this movie. I mean, it has so many iconic Beatles music. This movie is Beatles made it let you right. Jim Sturgis and Evan Rachel Wood both had great chemistry. Evan Rachel Wood, who knew that girl could sing? I know she had a really great voice here. It ends up getting pretty intense at times. Like the Let It Be song gets pretty intense right there. It's a terrific one. If you guys haven't really seen Across the Universe, directed by Julie Taymor, who I thought did such a wonderful job with this film. Cinematography is pretty decent. Music was great. Definitely go check out Across the Universe if you guys haven't seen that. Alright, my number 1 favorite Evan Rachel Wood movie of all time goes to Catherine Hardwicke's film, Dirty. Now, this stars Evan Rachel Wood as this honor student named Tracy Freeland, who has like a troubling home life. But she ends up pretty much being friends with this, school's queen bee, trouble girl, named Evie, played by Nikki Reed, who's pretty much a bad influence on her. Evan Rachel Wood, I believe she was only, I think about 15 at times when she did this movie. This was a movie that really put Nikki Reed on the map. Of course, she is best known for Twilight and all. The movie is directed by Twilight director Catherine Hardwicke. Holly Hunter portrays Evan Rachel Wood's mother. Jeremy Sisto was in this. You also had D.W. Moffat. If you're a parent of teenagers and all, this movie will be very uncomfortable for any parent of teenagers to watch. It's a very awkward film, but it's actually pretty solid. It is a interesting coming of age story. Evan Rachel Wood does such a great job here. Her on-screen chemistry with Nikki Reed's terrific to watch. If you guys haven't really seen 13 yet, I'll say give it a shot. It's actually a pretty solid film. Definitely, I believe this is actually the movie. Evan Rachel Wood has done films before 13, but I feel like this is actually the movie that really put her on the map and was like such a breakout hit for her, and mostly more of a breakout role for Evan Rachel Wood. I mean, definitely go check out the movie 13 if you guys haven't seen that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Down in the Valley. 9, Charlie County Man. 8, Wherever Works. 7, Pre-Persuasion. 6, King of California. 5, 5, Little Secrets. 4, The Upside of Anger. 3, The Wrestler. 2, Across the Universe. And number 1 is Dirty. Now, she's spent loads of other stuff as well. Let me pull up her credits. Like I said, she's pretty good on the show Westworld. Let's see. I gotta see Kelja now. That looks pretty solid. She was in Frozen 2 last year. She appeared on True Blood. The Eyes That March of Ryan Gosling and George Clooney is a pretty good one. Practical Magic. Mildred Pierce. Once and Again. Into the Forest she was in. Barefoot. She was in the film Al Air, Running with Scissors, The Light Before Her Eyes, Strange Magic, The Missing with Tommy Lee Jones, The Conspirator, that was directed by Robert Redford, Simone with Al Pacino, A Case of You with Justin Long, Fianna and the Fontaine, which I have not really seen yet. She's been in some other really solid stuff. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Evan Rachel Wood movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simu signing out.